Alright, welcome to One Step for Eden. This is going to be HM14 with 0 mana spent. Now, there's a few options here. I ended up choosing Gunner. Celicy does have a second alternate, I would say, that starts with 2 of the best 0 costs. However, the nice thing about Gunner here is you do have a weapon that costs 0 mana, and honestly, weapon damage is going to be way more important than any spell you're going to be finding in this build. And yeah, so starting off here, nothing too eventful yet. I'm looking for a 0 cost item because I start with a 2 cost and I can't use it, obviously. I'm going to be focusing Anima at first because there's more Anima 0 costs than anything else, but I quickly switch over to Double Lift because I got Bismuth there. You get shield every time you cast a spell, and I'm looking for Virus Spell. It's a very good way to just spam items, and there's a lot of good artifacts to go with it. And you'll see that, yeah, so part of the reason I'm going for that is there is no good defense in this run. Well, kind of, but yeah, like having good defensive options is very important. And there's not a lot of defensive cards that cost 0 cost, or the ones that do give everyone defense, or there's Corset that like takes your own health away. So, stuff to consider. Get to the first shop here, and what do I do exactly? This is me just reacting to my own stuff. I do believe I buy the Kunai Fragile here, don't I? Please tell me I do. Or no, I can't afford it, can I? Yeah, right. Okay, that's later. But yeah, I mostly just go ahead and remove things, and yeah, mostly looking for max HP at this point. The nice thing about going to shops, I will be targeting shops most every step of the run, and that's mostly because this build happens to just negate a lot of the curses you can take, or packs, I should say. Like taking half mana gen doesn't matter. -2 max mana doesn't matter. I'm doing a 1 damage thing, so fragile doesn't matter. Lose money on hit, again, doesn't matter. There's a lot of things that you can just accept the curse for. In this Hazel fight, I'm mostly keeping my distance because their melee attack, this one here, has no startup time. It can instantly kill you if you're too close to her. Even though my weapon does do more damage close up. And I decided to kill Hazel here. At this point, I'm debating doing a neutral ending or a dark ending. But killing people just gives you extra artifacts, and this run is very artifact heavy. I've also come across, yeah, right there, that was the, what is the name of that? Either way, it's a very good 0 cost mana spell that applies Frost to people, so that's going to be the bread and butter of my run currently. I am still looking for Virus Spell. You can see I have Double Lift Focused, but it's nice to have something that's not the bomb in my inventory now. And also it can just do some damage to people by 2 stacks for 150, easy. And yeah, from here, nothing too eventful yet. And just getting through the bosses I'm picking, so I'm going with Hazel and Enchiso. They're probably the easiest bosses with Gunner. Hazel is usually actually normally pretty hard. Shiza is always a pushover. Ooh, here, Kunai apply 20 poison, very tasty. You can't get any Kunai without artifacts. Like, the only way to get Kunai in this game is through artifact drops, because the spells that give you Kunai cost mana. But in case I happen across them, I am just keeping Kunai in mind while I get through this area. And speaking of, there's some Kunai. It's only 2 Kunai at the very start, but it's more than 0. And here I take the -2 max mana, so I'm just going to have 0 mana. Do I buy Bolt Action here? Yes, I do. Good. That is going to prove very useful later. There is a spell I grab. I'll talk about that later. Hit Seeker here. I'm debating buying Hit Seeker versus Iron Will. Iron Will, like, insta-kills any low-health enemy, but it also, after that, only does, like, 20 damage. Hit Seeker does a consistent 40 damage, and at this point, I'm still focusing Virus Spell, which is very good with Hit Seeker, so that's the thought process there. In hindsight, Iron Will might have been a better choice, but I didn't know the future of this deck, so I did what it did. Alright, moving on, nothing here, and I'm getting into the Shizo boss fight. This one, he's always a pushover. You just avoid his attacks, and he'll eventually die. Nothing too eventful here. If you do get hit by his forward slashes, he will put Jam in your deck, which is something that costs mana, so you're going to have to not spend that if you're doing this run. I don't know why you would do this run, but you can just murder him. Sweet. His benefit you get from saving him is not worth it. Here I go ahead and take Corset. It does hurt you whenever you use it, but it also gives some pretty good shielding, so I'm going to have to find a shield to make it so I can't hurt myself. And I also take a Puppy. You'll find that pets here are probably the #1 damage output. When you're not taking spells that cost mana. Pets do very consistent and good damage, so having them on hand is nice. Transmission here is another great one. You get 1 attack power for every 5 spells in deck. Virus spell paired with this is stupid busted, so I'm still looking for that. It's hilarious that I never actually take it in this run, but it is a very good option. This encounter, I'm definitely like trying my hardest not to shoot that self-defense tower. Those have honestly been the biggest pain with Gunner's loadout here, because the bullet spread is normally pretty nice, but when you can accidentally shoot something and die instantly, gotta be something to be careful around. Over here, yeah, I'm not taking any jam cards. They are 0 cost technically, but then they add 2 cost jam in your hand, so don't want it. And you can see this dog in here putting in work. Where are we going from here? Oh yes, the bosses. And yeah, you'll see that the Gunner's weapon, if you just get people in point-blank range, if you can get them close enough to you, you can just completely melt them, which is very good. The dog pulling people in is kind of nice. It's not the most effective thing. I've never really liked the puppy that much. I mean, I like puppies, but that puppy, not too useful. Sunglasses here is going to be great, because I already have... or are they sunglasses, really? I mean, either way, the glasses give you more frost damage, and I already have frost damage. I also take immune system just because I need shielding, and I am applying poison with the puppy, so it is damage. And do I take... No way I take Soul Magic, unless I'd probably buy a removal for it. Yeah. And that is this shop. Nothing too interesting. I did miss out on getting a line there. A line is kind of nice if you ever get the, there's another anima spell that will apply 3 stacks of frost if you have Fragile on yourself, which is pretty good. I don't end up going for it this run, but good to note. And here I'm just looking for 20 extra shield on Corset, because it is defense. And I end up getting it, which is very grateful. I will see later on that upgrades are not very kind with me in this run. But otherwise, just get through this area and move on to the Celici boss fight. These enemies are always fun, especially when they pin you in a corner and you can't actually escape them. Cool. Now, Celici, you typically want to hug the top or bottom column, because a lot of her attacks will mostly target the middle. She will still target those 2 areas as well, but it does help avoid a bit of them. Otherwise, she does like to get up close and personal, so it's very easy to use the full benefits of this weapon to do like the 45 damage per hit. And here I'm actually debating, do I do a Dark Run? Because she's kind of good to save, but I'm still considering like a Dark Run would be pretty nice. And here, Pocket Watch. This is the artifact you want with Gunner. Every time you shuffle, you stop time. And I also picked up the thing that triggers my shuffle artifact whenever I kill someone. So whenever I kill someone and whenever I shuffle, I just freeze time, and I get to spam all my moves, because they cost 0 mana, so I don't need the mana gen time. That doesn't matter. And I can also spam my attack, and the attack does tons of damage. Here I'm debating like really good money versus going to the shop. I almost always want to just go to the shop, because I can handle a lot of packs. They're just like free resources, because this build does not care about a lot of things. And going over here, nothing was particularly good, so I take Mining Rig. It's not normally that great, but it's better than nothing. And here is one of my favorite encounters. I really hate these encounters. Whenever you get one of the violent, what are they called? Whatever. The hostages that try and kill you, they are not fun to deal with 2 of those things when you also have low max health. Anyways, moving on here, nothing too particularly interesting in this fight. I'm trying to go for the money, which I do end up getting, which is always great. Money is fun. And those enemies that shoot in diagonal patterns, you really just have to learn them. I still don't have them down. I've beaten like every run with every difficulty, and I still don't have them down yet. It's hilarious. And at this point, I'm buying max health because I really do need health. And I don't end up buying. I was thinking of getting, what is that, Ember? I can't even read it from here. Either way, I should have a bigger screen to analyze my own game. Yeah, at this point, I'm just taking tons of curses. It's free stuff, and I don't even have a lot to upgrade with it yet, so... Oh, here's where I get the shield. Did I not have the shield already there? Man, I am completely blind to my own work. Either way, moving on. Just keep going through this area. Terra is actually pretty scary to fight. At this point, I'm not even confident I can take on Terra, because the attacks are a huge pain to dodge. You'll see I get kind of cornered by them a few times, and I just manage to survive because I have a lot of health. I say a lot of health, it's like 300. So yeah, like right here, I just get in the wrong spot, and I just get pummeled by this one thing for like 100 damage. Not fun. This one, I have been killed by this just getting cornered before, and I was able to catch it in time to recognize how to avoid the attack. Here, I try and avoid the same mistake I made last time and make the same mistake in a different way, which is kind of hilarious. And yeah, I just managed to kill off Terra before I end up dying, and at this point, yeah, I'm still debating saving people, but killing is fun. From here, Speed Loader, very good since I'm going to be shuffling a lot, so very glad to get it. It's always a good artifact. Like, I can't imagine a case where I wouldn't want Speed Loader in my deck. Even if you're doing like a stupid large deck or a deck with next to no shuffling, whenever you do shuffle, it's less shuffling. I mean, I guess if you have the dual disc, yeah, it does nullify the point of Speed Loader, but either way. Slice here, very good. It has shield on it as well. I'm still looking for shield, and I get 3D printer for even more kunai. That was a very, very good level. And at this point, I am still not in an amazing build, but I am at a sensible build where I can start spamming attacks, and I will generally heal my health. Speaking of, there is some health over here, which is much awaited. So yes, I'm not dying yet. At this point, I was considering triggering all of these, because the more you kill, the more stuff you get. But honestly, it's also a big headache, and I don't want to be too risky with this run, because there's a lot to this run, and you can very easily lose it very quickly. Doopa-doopa-doo, nothing too interesting with this encounter here. Just murder everyone, as you do. Candy Wrapper is kind of worthless. I kind of take it every now and then. Ooh, and added Fragile with Kunai, since I have consistent Kunai here, is great. Duct Tape, very good, because I need my shielding. And at this point, I think I buy the medkit, because yeah, I just need health. I will get health gen later, but at this point, not really. And at this point, I'm just considering how I should space out my upgrades. Though I think I just remove that and move on, because I don't really have anything worth upgrading yet. And always kill the hostages, Geneva Conventions, LMAO, but they will drop money for you, and I mean, like, I could get the extra health from saving them, but it's not worth it. Money is more important here. I take another pet here, the Mana Gun. It gives you mana when it kills things, which doesn't matter, but it does kill things, so that does matter. This boss here, it's mostly just don't trigger your shuffle, because you will lose max shield. Yeah, you just want to make sure you take all the shield and then shuffle after she does the attack, because this is just a check to see how much shield you have. So if you lose your shield, you will get hit by that guaranteed. So just keep on your shield. I accidentally got hit by one of the towers there. I could have perfected this boss if I just didn't stand underneath that tower, but whatever. And there, this is where I'm really deciding to start killing people. Ooh, and I get Triforce there. That is a very good way to get spell power. There's a few artifacts that do bonus damage or bonus effects whenever you trigger Trinity, and it is the only zero-cost Trinity card, so it's very good to consider. I don't get a lot of Trinity benefits from this deck, but it's still good to have Trinity and have it. I end up trying to aim to put shield on it just because I need more shielding. And yeah, I look for shield here, don't end up getting it, so I just move on. And yeah, whenever I'm in these rooms, I always try and focus the ones that attack in diagonal patterns first, because they are a huge headache to dodge. And yeah, you'll see here, the Pocket Watch is going off crazy, because every time I kill something, I get a time stop. And yeah, you just freeze time and do tons of DPS. It's beautiful. I love it. And moving on, again, not too particularly interesting of an encounter. Again, tons of time stop, murder everyone. It's hilarious. Spamming all my moves, and beautiful. Cool. Lol, zigzag. What am I looking at there? Okay, moving on. So yeah, there's a route for Trinity cost. I could have taken that. In hindsight, I probably should have taken that, but I do need health. I wasn't at a good spot with a lot of healing at this point. And yeah, health is my biggest concern right now. I'm playing more defensively than offensively. Root would have been very good, but yeah, I get more health here forcefully because the other one's just mana. And is this the shop? Is this the stupid shop? So first off, chocolate chip, just slow down everything. Very good. Here, Pet Turtle, kind of worthless. You get hit for more defense. I don't want to get hit in the first place, so not that great. Here I just take the debuff just so I can buy a removal, or I already have a removal, so I can just use the removal. So it's more so I'm just grabbing the upgrade there for a slightly lower price. And here, Tight Pants. Now this is very good. Tight Pants will give you passive health generation. You're probably, and of course I get Pet Kitty as well, the best pet. It just adds like infinite frost to your build. And at this point, I have infinite health gen and really good damage, and I'm starting to consider doing a Dark Route. In fact, I've decided on doing a Dark Route. I'm not killing the shopkeep here yet, though. I'm still trying to find a few more upgrades, and I'll do that in the next area. But yeah, at this point, I am confident I'm just going to murder everyone. This is a very powerful build, and yeah, tasty. It's smooth sailing from here. Good old Reva. Now, this fight is never any fun, but honestly, with time stop and enough damage, you can definitely get through it. And she doesn't do her waves, I think. I managed to kill her before she gets her one bad attack off, which is I'm very grateful for, because that attack has murdered so many of my runs. Yeah, she was about to do it there. And yeah, killing. You know when I kill Reva that I am absolutely going full dark because her revive is very good. It's a very nice spell, but who needs a revive when you're going to kill everyone? And here, yeah, you're just seeing the power of this deck. I just murder everyone. It's hilarious and beautiful. Totally had to get very lucky to get this deck, so it didn't take me several days of runs, trust me. Well, not day in, day out runs, I do other things with my life sometimes, but either way, from here, it's mostly just make sure I don't do anything stupid. I'm making a lot of focus not to kill any of my pets, because if my pets die, the run is over. Molten Core is just extra health, always nice. But yeah, like, pets here are the lifeblood of my run. If they get hit by something, which it is very easy for them to get hit when I dodge things, I can lose things. I can lose a lot of power. Over here, I honestly should not have saved you. The health you get is not worth what I get from Tight Pants, and you dying for free money would have been hilarious and good, so I should have let them die, but whatever. It is what it is. And just go for more things. Power Shard and Survival Kit. Both decent defense and decent damage, so I'm taking them. And at this point, I am absolutely ready to kill the Shopkeep. I buy Pull here. Pull is very good. The one downside to it is it anchors you, so it locks you in place. I will be focusing to buy an upgrade to remove the anchor, because having an anchor is horrible. And yeah, so from here, what else do I do? Yeah, Link was kind of nice. Mother and Transcendence are both very good if you want to do, like, there's some spells that give you benefits if you have Flow. Trap card here is hilarious. So every time I shuffle, I just cast a random spell. So it's still 0 mana, but I can just cast whatever I want. I take no anchor here on Pull, and I take the shielding on Triforce, which is like pretty much the end of my deck. I'm at a great spot here. I'm ready to kill the Shopkeep. For Shopkeep here, I just mostly tank all the damage up front. My main focus is kill her before she kills me. I have pretty good defense at this point and pretty solid damage. Pull is bringing her very in close for the melee or the range of my weapon, which does 3 times damage in point blank. Here I get a lot of good spells, mostly the one that does 999 damage randomly, which is great. And yeah, here with Saffron, I am mostly just trying, again, to kill her before she kills me. She has some very annoying spells, but I have way too much damage output, and it's hilarious. From here, none of those I really wanted, so I just took an upgrade. I don't end up using it, but it's nice to have it in theory. And we get over to Eden here. And this is definitely the area where you can kill all your pets. Like, there's some beautiful attacks. I get Fire Spell here. I don't actually take it. The main thing is that it has Anchor on it still, and I do not want Anchor on that spell. If it had no Anchor on it as an upgrade, or if it didn't have upgrades, I might have taken it to remove it, but didn't actually want it in this build. Over here, right now, I'm mostly just focusing on getting as many artifacts as I can. I get this, which does give me more weapon damage, which is great, because weapons are still a pretty primary source of damage for me. So cool. And moving on, Meat Shield finally. My Kunai are now giving me shield, because Kunai consume, and every time I consume things, I get shield. And yeah, these enemies attack everything, and they are going to murder my pets. I don't need money, so I take Freezer Burn. It's a bit of extra damage, kind of decent. But yeah, at this point, I really just want to kill everyone before they kill one of my pets. So that is the dream. The second to last encounter here. Again, same thing, don't kill my pets. I took the encounter route that would give me the most levels, because I'm trying to level up and get more artifacts, so that's the reason I took the route I took. Chaos Fragment I end up taking here just because it gives me some buff that might be useful. I get 5 defense here, sure. Could have poisoned me, but whatever. At this point, I'm pretty confident I can kill Sans. I mean Seraph, whatever, same thing. And yeah, so this fight is kind of a manslaughter, brutal murder. Just kill everyone. I have amazing DPS. I have random spells that just cast off, and thankfully, the spell that you need to kill Seraph is 0 cost, so I'm able to finish the run. And yeah, that's it. One step from Eden with 0 mana spent. Beautiful. That's all. I just like playing this game. I've already beaten every run with every ending, with every starting loadout on every Ascension, so I'm just trying to think of dumb challenges to do at this point. And honestly, after this one, I don't even know if this is the only one I felt like recording, and after this one, what else can I do? No spells? That sounds horrible. No artifacts would be pretty easy. It's still a slow deck, and any mix of that would just be kind of a mess to deal with. But yeah, that is all, and you can just watch me kill all the credits here while the thing ends. Either way, don't expect a lot of videos like this. I am a game dev. I make video games more often than making YouTube videos. I will not be a YouTube video creator. I might get back into modding more One Step. I did make a One Step mod a while back. It was kind of funny. I'm more real life gem guy. But either way, yeah, that is all. And goodbye forever. Hasta la pasta.